Namaste and hearty welcome to all of you to this special topic of today is life of intelligence. You can see the visual. The first picture on the left hand side is of Jiddu Krishnamurti, my first master whom I met at the age of 13 or 14. Tremendous influence of that meeting where I did not understand any word because that time I did not know English. I had just come to mega city Mumbai from my village, and my village nobody knew English. So I did not understand anything mentally, intellectually, Krishnamurti. But his energy influenced me a lot, put me into samadhi. So that was my first experience of expanded awareness or samadhi. After that, I met many masters. Swami Chinmayanand, I was there with him for almost 4 years during my college days and after college also. Then I was with Osho for many years, more than a decade, until he left his body in 1990. And 1991, I met my master Sri Dada Gavan. After meeting Dada Gavan, I met one more master of Inchigiri Sampradaya, disciple of Siddharameswar Maharaj. His name was Ranjit Maharaj. He was a Guru Bandhu of Nisargat Maharaj, who became very popular because of I Am That book. So these four masters, the first is Jiddu Krishnamurti, on the left side, top, left side bottom is my master Sri Dada Gavan. Right side is Osho, everybody knows. Right side bottom, below Osho is Ranjit Maharaj. So these four masters I have met. And lots of things I learned from them by being with them. And the common factor about all these masters, I have put only 4 pictures, but there are many other masters also, which I will be talking about. All of them lived the life of intelligence. That is the first common thing. And I learned something from them. Before I met them, I was living a life of insecurity. That is the beginning. What is life of insecurity? I had just come from the village. I was just trying to understand how the city works. So much of vehicular traffics. The first day I went out on the road, okay, day one in Mumbai. And I saw so many cars on the road, so many vehicles on the road. Only for a few minutes I was there because I didn't even know how to cross the road. So I just watched the traffic and came back home in 5 minutes time. And I reported to my mother that here there are so many cars, we don't have those many crows in our village. इतने तो अपने गांव में कौवे भी नहीं है, इतनी गाड़ियां इधर है. Okay, that was my first reaction looking at the vehicular traffic of Mumbai. And so many people, I didn't know how to manage, how to walk on the road, how to cross the road. Life of ignorance is the life of insecurity. Scriptures say अविद्या ही सारी तकलीफों की जड़ है. The ignorance is the root cause of all the troubles, all the issues in our life. Insecurity also comes from ignorance. See, when you don't know something, there will be insecurity. And suddenly that insecurity can grip you. What will happen? I lost my job. I don't have sufficient saving. How will I survive? What will happen to me? Old age, medical bills, lots of insecurities. I did not see my master Dada Gavan any thought of insecurity. He has crossed 90. No insecurity of old age, no insecurity of loneliness, Okay, no insecurity of medical bills, even though he was not even having the bank account. So insecurity is a state of mind. And you see, even a millionaire will have an insecurity. Okay. So insecurity is a state of mind that emerges from ignorance. And along with the ignorance and insecurity comes all low frequency things, guilt and shame. These are low frequency things. This is part of your life of insecurity, self doubt, self criticism. Okay. In insecurity, there is comparison. And when you compare, you may land up into self doubt and self criticism. See, how does the mechanism works? Oh, that other person is doing very good. I'm not doing that good. So this is called self criticism. Maybe I'm not that good. That is the self doubt. And now this comparison has become worst in the world because of the social media. See, somebody posted a visual on the Facebook. He got 100 hit, I got only 10 hit. So I'm not good. My postings are not good. And you may start having self doubt and self criticism and all that else. Okay. See, one lady cooked a good dish. Okay. And posted a picture on the Facebook because husband was yet to come. So husband came after half an hour and she served that dish that she had cooked to the husband. And husband says, "What is this?" After putting it in the mouth, "There is no salt in this. It's not tasty." He said, "How can you say that? Already 150 people have liked this dish on the Facebook. How can you say this is not tasty?" You understand? This is the modern world of social media, and anything can happen in the cyber world. It is fictitious world. People are not liking the dish picture. People are liking the picture of the dish because the photograph was good. And there is the difference between the photograph and the food. The photograph of the food is something else, and the dish that you want to eat is something else. So people are going by the wrong perception. So in life of insecurity, in life of ignorance, there is always wrong perception, misplaced perception, fictitious perception, perceiving something which is not there. And this kind of perception can bring about lots of troubles. In Vedanta, they give a different example. If there's a darkness and there's a fear, and the serpents are quite common in the older days, and there is a rope, and you touch the rope, and you feel the rope, and you feel, oh my God, there is a serpent. And the fear can be tremendous. The moment you switch on the light, you realize it's just a rope, it's not a serpent. The fear is gone. So, how does the fear come? Fear comes because of the ignorance. The moment there is the light of awareness, the fear is gone. It's not the darkness, it's not the vision that gives the fear. It is the ignorance that gives the fear. If you are aware from inside, that awareness dispels the darkness of ignorance, and the fear is gone. So, fear or guilt or shame, self doubt, self criticism, all these low frequency things, they appear into your system as a thought emotional cloud. It's an energy. There's a cloud. It's a thought emotional cloud. So thought has got associated emotions. They develop certain kind of feelings in your body, in your mind. So it's an energy cloud, quite a complex thing. Okay. And that energy grips you. At that moment, that energy cloud defines your frequency. What I call it as a PVF, personal energetic vibrational frequency. Okay. All our scientific minded friends were always interested in, Guruji, can you develop a meter or a machine that will tell me my PVF? Yes, now we are on the way. With machine, without machine. I have developed the technique of measuring PVF. So my program, offline program, where I will be measuring everybody's PVF is coming. I already announced at Tao, Miracles of PVF. Okay, at Tao, in Tao group. I'll be doing offline first. And in that one, I'll be measuring the PVF of everybody. So it's going to be a 4 morning program at Tao somewhere in September. We'll start with that. Okay. And miracles of PVF, you will see actually, where I will guide you to see the aura with the naked eyes, which most of you know already. But seeing chakra with the naked eyes, not many people know. You will do that. How to know your past life, that also you will learn. These are all miracles of PVF. Okay. How to know the past life connection of the person in front of you. All these things can be seen instantaneously just by raising the PVF. Okay. And triggering certain things. So there is a proper system I have developed, and I'll be guiding all of you into that. The whole idea is to increase your PVF and know that at higher PVF you can create miracles. Okay. At higher PVF, your diseases can disappear. Tremendous amount of healing can happen. Okay. So I have gone deep into the cancer research also. Very striking connections between the non-functional relationship and cancer. All of you know I was doing sound healing for cancer. All those sessions are recorded and my videos are available freely on the YouTube Premnirmal channel. So I got the data of more than 250 cancer patients during those days. This is about a couple of years old story. And I talked to them individually. I got their horoscopes, birth details, and I was doing research on cancer because many of my family members were having cancer, are having cancer. So to help everybody, because it's a major killer. Cancer is the number 2 killer on the planet Earth. Number 1 is heart attack. Number 3, TB and other pulmonary diseases, lung diseases. So you see, Corona killed few people, and there was so much of talking about Corona, COVID, but that's just nothing compared to the number of people dying due to heart attack. Heart attack is the number 1. Cardiac arrest is the number 1 killer. Number 2 is cancer. Number 3, TB and other pulmonary diseases. Okay. But nobody talking about it. So I went into it detail. So when the relationships are non-functional, that is the root cause of the major disease. See, for example, if a mother is having resentment because of the her relationship with the son is not functioning well, and she feels that son is almost an enemy, and she has the resentment saying, why did I feed through my breast to such a bad child? And if this feeling takes over, this feeling of resentment of why did I feed through my breast to such a bad child that feeling of resentment will result into the breast cancer. This is what I found as my part of my research. This is a confirmed thing, okay, with the research. Not in one case, multiple cases. Why did I give birth to such a bad child? If that is the resentment, then cancer of the cervix. You understand? How the feeling of resentment will develop certain type of cancer. So, feeling of resentment is the root cause of cancer. Like that, every disease has its root cause in some karma, some feeling, some thought. At higher PVF, the thought disappear. You get into positive feelings, and suddenly the disease can disappear. This is what is the fundamental of miracle healing. Suddenly the disease disappears. World needs this kind of healing miracles. As a scientist, I have worked hard to understand how the instantaneous healing, spontaneous healing happens. And many doctors and scientists have recorded such cases. Dr. Deepak Chopra is from Mumbai, not Mumbai, Delhi. He was Delhi and then he came to US. And in his books, he has recorded what is known as spontaneous remission of cancer. There are many cases. In 5 case studies he has put into that book, I had read long back. 5 case studies say that when he tackled the root cause of relationships, suddenly the cancer disappeared. So, just by understanding the relationships, cancer will not disappear. When you raise your PVF to a certain frequency, that is the time cancer disappears. Okay. So all the miracles are the miracles of PVF. The life of ignorance, the life of insecurity, the life of self-doubt, self-criticism, guilt, shame, anger, fear, all these low frequency emotions are gripping only to those who live the life of ignorance, and that is the life of insecurity. It is the life of low PVF. The whole world is suffering because of low PEVF, personal energetic vibrational frequency. This is the fundamental understanding. Okay. And millions of people. See, 8.5 billion people are there on the planet Earth right now, approximately. 8.5 billion. 99.9% people are living the life of negative PVF. Let me define as a scientist what is negative PVF. PVF of 250 is called zero. Below 250 is minus negative PVF. Above 250 is positive PVF. Now you understand all the major issues that we are facing is because of the low PVF. If your PVF goes above 250, okay, then I have the guaranteed methods with proof I'll be showing you for the first time in Tao in September. Mostly mid-September, we will have that program. I have not decided the date yet. Will depend on the jet lag and all. After I come back to Mumbai, once I settle, we will launch that program. Okay. Why I have not decided the date? Because my PVF has to be high to conduct the flight. Because of long journey, 24 hours journey, 17, 18 hours sitting like that in the flight reduces PVF, we all know. And then jet lag, day and night issues. So I will take a couple of days to come back to normal. And I have got some very special things with me which instantaneously increase my PVF, which I'm going to try out. Okay. And then go to 500 plus, go to 700 plus. If you go 1000 plus, the miracles happen. So, all possible methods of increasing PVF, I have noted down. Okay. All possible methods. Whichever way, whatever helps to increase the PVF, I have noted. And all those things will be practicing practically. And we will be having lots of case studies of what happened, what miracles happened to you. And okay. So all of us, we can come out of life of insecurity. Okay. Next level of that, what is the topic of the day? Life of intelligence. What are we talking? Talked about life of insecurity. That's the first level. The second level is the life of discipline. See, when you meet a master, you become a disciple. Okay? If you click with the master, if you consider a master as a master, then that moment a disciple is born in you. Okay. A disciple is a one who lives a life of discipline. And a disciple is a one who is willing to learn, willing to change. Disciples word in Sanskrit is shishya. Guru shishya parampara कहते हैं. So shishya is a word for disciple. Shishya vritti. Shishya vritti means tendency of learning, attitude of learning. That is the first fundamental thing that brings about the change in you. So people who do not learn or people who do not have the attitude of learning, nothing can be done about it. So when you meet a master, you become a disciple, you live the life of discipline, and the first thing that develops in you is attitude of learning. Oh, the feeling when you meet a master is, oh, here is a someone who knows what I'm struggling with. Here is a someone who has the answer to all my problems. Here is someone who has walked the path, he knows he can guide me. Here is a someone who is living life of intelligence. I'm living life of insecurity. Okay. These were my thoughts when I met my master. And tremendous faith developed because he was living the life of intelligence. So a disciple in me was born in those moments. And with the guidance of the master, I started living the life of discipline. The word disciple comes from discipline. Someone who lives a life of discipline is a disciple. So you have to have the attitude of learning. That is the number one attitude that you have to inculcate. People who are not willing to listen, people who are not willing to learn, nothing can be done about it. Nothing. Okay. See, there is a one book which is becoming very popular in India right now. It's called Bhavishya Malika, where all the prophecies about the world have been written. Okay. And that Bhavishya Malika says that we are right now at the threshold of end of Kali Yuga and beginning of Satyuga. So there is going to be a qualitative change in the consciousness over the period of next 10 to 15 years time, because we are in the threshold here and it has already started. When did it start? It started on 29th March 2025. उसमें लिखा है कि जब शनि मीन राशि में आएगा, तो शनि मीन राशि में आ गया 29th March 2025 को. Saturn has entered the Pisces sign. That is the time when the Yug Parivartan starts, major Yug Parivartan. Minor thresholds are already there. Major shifts started happening because of that Shadgra Yuti. So, my dear friends, what will happen? Okay. I don't want to discourage you or give you negative impulses, negative thoughts, negative stocks. No, nothing of that sort. I will never do that. Just as a precautionary measure, just let's understand that right now, the new combination that I told you, first of all, this Mars Ketu conjunction, next one, Guru Shukra conjunction, Jupiter and Venus conjunction, which is going to happen. And then subsequent, Pratichari Guru for up to 7 years. Saturn retrograde right now, Neptune retrograde, and Saturn and Neptune, perfect conjunction is there in Pisces right now. Both these planets, when they come together, they escalate the war fronts. So, planetary position and Bhavishya Malika is telling that number of war fronts will increase in the coming years. We are in 2025, 26, 27. More countries will be joining the war front. 28 to 32 is the time for something called World War or similar to World War, where lots of countries are fighting. And lots of people will die. Okay. So people who are living life of insecurity, people who are living life of ignorance, those are the people who will die maximum. And the masters are saying that another planet similar to the planet Earth, but astral planet has been created because number of souls coming to the other side will be so huge. You need to have a planning for that. Okay. If millions of people are going to the other side of the world, that other side should have the planning for that, and the planning has been done. So lots of death because of the world war and lots of death because of the pandemic. The planetary position is showing that by 2026 end, 2027 and 2028, the world will see maximum deaths because of two different types of pandemics which will be hitting the world, like what happened in COVID-19. Something similar to that will happen again, and number of deaths will be unimaginable. And the root cause of that will be some disturbance in the water element. So some waterborne disease will be there, or maybe kind of say a nuclear radiation in the sea, and that nuclear radiation from the sea spreading all over and creating the pandemic, some issues, something of that sort is predicted. Okay. See, this COVID-19 was predicted long back. We didn't know exactly that word COVID came afterward, but Mahamari, pandemic of that sort will be there. So again, so lots of deaths will occur. See, whenever these kind of things occur, low frequency people, low PVF people are the first to die. Do you know why? Low PVF means low immunity, direct connection. Low PVF people will always have low immunity. So, if any pandemic is there, the disease will catch them first and they are the first to die because they have low immunity. Considering the future events predicted by the masters, and many masters, all their past predictions have become true. This can also become true. So we should be cautious. The time has come to work on our relationships. Most of the time, the research shows that non-functional relationships are the root cause for many diseases. Okay. So we should improve our PVF by improving the relationships, coming out of insecurity, hatred, jealousy, all that. Basically, at a low PVF, you have got conflict within. Let's understand the mechanism, how these diseases grow in the life of insecurity. Disease, old age, loneliness, these are the major insecurities people have. So, at the low frequency, you have a conflict within. Should I do this? Should I do that? The root cause is ignorance because you don't know what to do. Ignorance causes the conflict. Ignorance causes the comparison. From the comparison comes hatred, jealousy, fear, all the negative emotion. So it's a cloud which has all these components of negative frequencies. And that leads to low immunity. And that prepons our death. Okay. People who are happy, people who are healthy, people who are enjoying life, people who have better relationships are the people who live longer and they live happy. This is proper research, okay? This is a proper research on this. So, my dear friends, I'm not a philosopher, I'm a scientist. I give you the exact information, well researched information. I don't have that freedom to fake something. Philosopher can fake. Scientists cannot. And I see this, the word fake and the facum fact. I think it is the same root. The fake in English and the facum fact in Hindi sound similar. Philosophers can do that. Astrologers can do that. And astrologers are all the time doing that. So I don't believe much in astrologers. But scientists cannot have that luxury of, okay, scientists, whatever sentence, whatever word has to be proven. Okay. So I'm a scientist in that sense. So whatever information I'm telling you is a very well researched. If you are interested in, there was one university in USA, I forgot the name of the university, but lots of people were selected. And the scientists tracked that batch. Even after they left the university, they joined the corporate world, they became old, and how many of them survived. And the survey still goes on, still going on in USA. There's one particular university survey is going on. What they saw that those people who had happy, healthy relationship are the people who lived their life best, who lived healthy, they lived longest. They are still living. Okay. So this is scientifically proven, my dear friends. So relationships influences us a lot. People with unhealthy relationship, abusive relationship, toxic relationships around die early because toxic relationship reduces your PVF. The moment PVF goes down, your immunity goes down. If your immunity goes down, any disease can catch up and person can die. So do you see the connection between the relationships and the longevity? This is scientifically proven. The deeper you go, you will understand that behind all these things is the low PVF. There's one good thing, scientific thing which is available to us, that is PVF. So when you meet the master and the disciple is born in you and you start living the life of discipline, your PVF goes on increasing. That is the second level of life. You live life in discipline. For the first time in your life, you'll start asking your question: what am I doing? How did my day go? What did I learn new today? Is my life improving? What are my patterns? Why do I feel so insecure? Why do I have jealousy? These are the right kind of questions of a disciple. And you start contemplating, you start introspecting, and you will start noticing the fact of life. That awareness itself is the beginning of learning, a genuine learning. That awareness of the non functional pattern is the beginning of increasing your awareness. So, where does the learning begin? Learning begins by becoming aware of your unawareness. Because unawareness is the root cause of all the troubles, that is the ignorance. So, what is the life of discipline? A disciple is a one who becomes aware of unawareness. That is the beginning of discipline. And the moment you do so, you will recognize your patterns. You will be able to relate all your troubles to your patterns. You will start understanding how and why of all your troubles. Some of the things you will understand, you will solve on your own. Some of the things you may not understand, you may need a master's help. But you will start learning and you will start growing. That is the life of discipline. As your awareness increases, the more and more patterns will become available to you. And let me tell you, it can be threatening. Okay. The first thought that came to me with that awareness, oh my God, am I such a bad person? So many troubles, so many bad patterns, because patterns are now opening up. There is one saying in English which says, ignorance is a bliss. It's true in that sense. When you are ignorant, you have no problem. But the moment you become aware, you know there are so many problems because now you are aware of them and you pass through some uneasiness. The life of discipline is a life of uneasiness because you are recognizing your patterns and you are working on your patterns. You are becoming more aware. Behind the patterns, you will see hiding your blind spots and very difficult to break through the blind spots. But if you can, with your higher PVF, lots of energy will be released and you will truly become the disciple. Full of energy, full of motivation for learning. Okay. See, initially there is no motivation, it's more of a compulsion. The misery, the agony, the troubles of life create a kind of a compulsion in you and you have to learn. Now you understand that there is no option but to learn and grow, otherwise, I'll be dying. That misery is the spiritual misery because that helps you to learn and grow. When you have been having lots of troubles, that is the only time when you learn and grow. Otherwise, normal human beings are very comfortable in their comfort zones. They don't learn, they don't grow. So, misery is a necessity for the growth. So, when you suffer, suffering is a necessity for growth. So, when you suffer, something in you moves that tells you, I need to learn, I need to grow. And the life of discipline starts. You will spend some time in 24 hours for learning, for contemplation, for introspection, for meditation. That is the life of discipline. Slowly, slowly, you'll be unearthing all your patterns. You'll be correcting your patterns. You'll be doing a lot of repatterning. All that is non functional, all that is toxic will go away from your system. And when you raise your frequency to 500 plus, the love will emerge in your heart. First time. And when you have loving intention and you practice loving attention, and you look at the grass, it looks greener. Look at the roses, they look rosier. You have not fallen in love with somebody. You have risen in love to beyond 500 PVA. But the status or the state is the same. So it's not about falling in love, it's about rising in love to 500 and above frequency. That is where loving attention plays a big role. And if you can go to 500 plus, that is the first miracle that happens. Love is the greatest healing force on the planet Earth. When you experience that love in your heart, suddenly lots of healing happens to you. 500 plus frequencies are very healing frequencies. If you see, I did a lot of research in frequencies, almost now 15 years plus. 528 hertz is considered as a miracle healing frequency. On the internet, if you see, maximum number of pages are there on 528 hertz. Why? Anything above 500 is love and above frequency. So 528 hertz is the first miracle healing frequency. If you can touch upon that, the miracle healing happens. Everybody wants miraculous healing, all of us. But we have to go high in the PVF, cross the border of 500, touch that 528 hertz, and that's where the miracle healing happens. Okay. These are scientifically proven facts. So if you are going above 540 is the frequency of joy. Suddenly you become joyful. Okay. Now there is no insecurity. Now there is joy. There is love in your heart. There's so much of joy. Okay. And as a disciple, you start enjoying. Now you are motivated. Now you are enthusiastic about your pattern recognition and repatterning because the positive results have started coming. The life of struggle has ended. Positive results have started coming. You started enjoying. You are motivated. You go further. You are enjoying the journey. So you speed up. You increase your frequency further. And when you cross 700, that's where the enlightenment happens. The awareness becomes aware of itself. You know you are that eternal awareness which cannot die. The secrets of immortality are experienced there at 700 plus frequency. Secrets of immortality. The body which is born out of mother's womb will die one day. That is 100% sure. But if you are no more identified your body, then it's not you who dies. Who am I? That is answered. The one who is aware of awareness is the one who is real me. And that real me doesn't die. The false me dies. Identification with the body is there, mind is there. That identification will die. That is the ego. It has to die. But the real me, which is Atman, Satchidananda Swarupa Atman, Sat Chit Ananda, three components of that. Truth, consciousness, bliss, Satchidananda, Sat Chit Ananda. That is real me. So if I am identified with that real, I am immortal. When I don't die. I as a body for sure die. But I as Sachidanand Swarup Atman, I don't die. So these are known as the secrets of immortality. And this secret is the birthright of everybody who has got the human body. Birthright of everybody who has got the human body. So human body is so precious. Only human beings can understand this thing. Animals cannot understand this thing. Okay. But lots of troubles, misery in the life of insecurity, and lot of struggle for learning in the life of discipline, coming to 500 plus, enjoying, motivated, enthusiastic about learning, cross 700, and you have the life of intelligence. And there are people who are living the life of intelligence. And throughout my life, I had been in company of such people who are living the life of intelligence. And when you are in company of somebody, their vibrations rub onto you, so you also get that. See, if you are in the company of drunkards, you will start drinking, you will start enjoying. Every day you will meet in the pub. Vibrations rub onto you. Okay. So there are people who drink the divine, not the wine, but the divine. And that's also intoxicating, huh? Let me tell you. Last time we did divine intoxication Kriya, it's very intoxicating. So divine is also intoxicating. But when you are intoxicated with the divine, what comes out is the life of intelligence. All the great masters have lived the life of intelligence. Okay. The life of awareness, the life of high PVF. Is that discipline? No. They have transcended that aspect of discipline. Their life is free flowing. In Kashmir Shaivism, there is a concept of Swachandanath. Swachandanath means somebody who has got no rules, can do anything, anytime. Okay. So, Jivan Mukti, life of freedom. You're not bound. Your energy is not bound. Your energy is free flowing. The energy is always bound in the patterns. If you are living life patternless, some patterns will be there as long as the body is there. Those are bodily patterns. But if your mind is unbounded, mind is free, your intellect is free. In that freedom, your life energy starts moving freely in your body. That is called Kundalini awakening. So your energy is not trapped at Muladhara. You are not stuck with the sexual thoughts. It has moved. It has moved through all the seven chakras and gone beyond your sastra, which means your life energy is moving. It's in free flow. So when your life energy is in the free flow, that is the life of intelligence. Free flowing, not bound by any dogma, not bound by any routine. Not bound by any prescriptions, religious or otherwise. You should do that, you should not do that. Do's and don'ts. No. Do's and don'ts are for the ignorance. When your energy is free flowing, you are full of awareness. Rules and regulations are not required. Whatever you do or whatever happens through you is auspicious. Sarvato Bhadra, that is the state defined in Kashmir Shaivism. Sarvato Bhadra, all auspiciousness. In that state, I am not different from you. So if everybody is me only, how can I do anything wrong? If I see me in you, how can I do? How can I hurt you? How can I do anything unjust to you? Because it's me. So I see me, myself everywhere. Because the same Atman is there everywhere. That is a fact at that level. We are not different at the level of Atman. We are all same. We are one. That is the oneness that is experienced in enlightenment. And even if you have a touch of it, your life will change tremendously. You start living life of intelligence. In that life, there is no insecurity, there is no comparison, there is no hatred, there is no jealousy. You are full of love, you are full of awareness, you have high PVF, you have healthy relationships, you have healthy life, and the bliss of life is experienced. Your attention grows. You give 100% attention to that moment. You are not distracted by your unwanted thoughts. Life beyond discipline is the life of intelligence. That life of intelligence is waiting for all of us. With that life of intelligence, you enter Satyuga. So, Satyuga is for you to enter. It's open right now. Whether everybody will open or not, no. Many people who are not willing to learn or not willing to do attitudinal corrections will die. They will be transported to another planet because the mass will be very large of those people. But those who are willing to learn, those who understand, they grow, they live the life of discipline, they will enter the Satyuga. The time is coming, the time is ripe. With Guru Shukra Yutti, right now, is about to happen, and when they come closer, enlightenment will become very easy. Right now, Mars Ketu Yuti, Urdhva Retas Kriya. This is the time of Urdhva Retas Kriya. Urdhva Retas is very easy right now, my dear friends. Right now, the Graha Yuti is going on. Between whom? Between Ketu and Mars. Close conjunction. Time. Absolutely right time for Urdhva Retas. For those who have not understood or attended Urdhva Retas, what is it? If you have a sexual thought or if you have a sexual impulse, step back, watch it with aloof attention, and your sexual energy will instantly convert into the spiritual energy. Absolutely right planetary positions for that. Okay. So, right now, the conversion of sexual energy to spiritual energy is very, very easy. In the coming days, the enlightenment will become very easy. Okay. But you will have to work on relationships. That's a root cause. Okay. First, fundamental. And if you start working that way, so if one person is living the life of intelligence, the conflicts will be over. There are no conflicts in the life of intelligence because living life of intelligence is living beyond the mind. All the conflicts belong to the mind. So, as an individual, when I have a conflict in my mind, I will have relationship conflicts with everybody around because conflict is in my mind. So, whomsoever I relate to, that conflict will reflect. So, I will have problem. The conflict within me is the conflict between the two nations. The conflict is the same. We are sharing the conflicts. The conflict within me is the conflict between the two nations that leads to the war. And let me tell you, the fight between husband and wife is nothing less than world war sometimes. Okay. Many neighboring countries also enter. In India, it's quite common. Okay. So the world war happens within me. It's not outside there. Outside is the reflection of it. So if I become intelligent, if I go beyond conflicts, the war ends, the conflict ends. That is the life of intelligence that is awaiting. All right, does it make sense? Increasing your PVF is the passport to life of intelligence. Okay, so I have completed what I wanted to tell on this subject. I'll see the chat box. If any questions are there, I'll answer. Pratyush Tomar has said, Guruji Eckhart Tolle has high level PVF, but he still got cancer. What could be the reason for him getting cancer? Past karma. Do you know he was addicted to quite a few things? That has gone into his DNA. Past karma. And why Eckhart Tolle? Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Jiddu Krishnamurti. I mean, these are the masters I know, they had cancer. So, somewhere the body will die. Body will die. Master doesn't die. And some past karma becomes the root cause. So, that's about the body. Vinay Srivastava asking, Guruji Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Swami Vivekananda died out of cancer. They must be having high PF. Same answer. They were having high PF. There's no doubt about that. But the body has to die. Something has to become the reason for that. And past karmas. Let me tell you, there is something else. So this question from two persons. Masters, they take away your karma unto themselves when they are about to die. Ramakrishna, for sure. So if somebody is having cancer, they will take that disciple's cancer onto them. Many masters do that. They know they are about to die. So they will take away the diseases of many people. So disciples live the good life and the master dies because master knows anyway he is about to die. And he is not related to the body. See, you may say Ramana Maharshi had cancer, but you can't say Ramana Maharshi suffered of cancer. No, he did not suffer. He was so much detached with the body. The body was having the cancer, not Ramana. Ramana was gone ahead of body. So cancer catches the body, not the Atman. Atman is free. So what are you associated with? Body? Then yes, master's body will take away the cancer of many disciples and die because of cancer, because anyway body is dying. So out of compassion, many times masters take over other people's diseases onto them. This is true. Okay, so don't worry about that. All your questions answered that way. Pratyush is asking, Guruji, do our PVF keep shifting from day to day as situation changes and our response changes, going up and down? Yes. Fluctuation of PVF is absolutely common. Sometimes you are there down in dumps. Know that DID frequencies on PVF scale, DID. Then you need somebody's hand to pull you up. Okay. But if you don't give your hand, who can pull you up, then you stay there in DID. Okay. So you must have the attitude of giving to come out of the low PVF. So there was one person who fell in the ditch and he tried his best, but he could not come out because the mud was very slippery and he could not come out on his own. So there was one Swamiji passing by, and Swamiji realized, out of love and compassion for humanity, he saw the person struggling. So he said, my dear friends, okay, here is my hand, you hold it and I'll pull you out. So he said, no, I will not give my hand. Swamiji wondered why. "No, I don't like giving anything to anybody. Okay. So people who have got no attitude of giving anything to anybody, Okay. For them, the new planet has been created. They will be transported there. Okay. For 1 million more years, you can suffer. That planet is for suffering. Those who are not willing to change. But if you are willing to change, the help is available. See, these are the metaphors. If you understand the joy of giving, you are a high PF person. If you understand only the joy of taking, you are a low PF person. PVF keeps on shifting up and down. Initially, the fluctuation is very high. But once you are touched upon 700, then you can hold it above 500. Easier for you. Then you will not come down to below 100, below 250. But you have to work a lot. And the major work that you need to do is your relationship. Now let's talk about relationship. Okay. Life of intelligence and relationships. So somebody who is living the life of intelligence, how will that person behave in relationships? So men like Jiddu Krishnamurti, if you relate to him, he just mirrors you. He doesn't have his own opinions and anything, expectations, opinions. No, masters don't have that. So you see your own patterns. So many decades with my master, what I saw, he was just a mirror for me. All my patterns, all my insecurities, all my fantasies, I saw clearly in his consciousness. Because his consciousness was so clear like a mirror, I could see myself there. The master is a mirror. A person who is living the life of intelligence becomes the mirror to others. And other people start improving super fast in the presence of such a master. Your relationship will improve by leaps and bounds. And not only you, but with a group of people to whom you are related to, all of us together we can enter the Satya. Now that is the beauty of it. Creating heaven on earth was the dream of many masters of the past. Right now, the time has come where creating heaven on earth has become possible because the doors of Satyuga have been opened for the masses. This had not happened earlier. Now the planetary combinations are absolutely fantastic to enter the doors of Satyuga. The life of purity, the life of joy, the life of bliss, the life of ecstasy, the life of pure awareness. En masse, we can enter that. The door is open. The portal is open. But who will enter the portal? Only the high PVF people will enter the portal. So, what is the way? See, you may wonder that is it happening for the first time in the world? No, my dear. I will give you exact historical facts. See, in Marathi, they say, Tukaram Sade Vaikunt Gela. Tukaram bodily went to that other dimension where Vaikuntha, you don't age, which means that's an eternal dimension. Vaikuntha is what? Vaya Kunthit na hona. मतलब there is no aging there. That is Vaikuntha. तुकाराम सदैव वैकुंठ गेला म्हणजे काय Tukaram physically entered that new dimension. And how did he enter? He says, Vaikunt se viman aega. An aeroplane will come from Vaikuntha, the new dimension, and he will take me away. Do you want to come? Do you want to come? Do you want to come? He asked everybody. Everybody denied. No, no. We have got some work. and people gathered, and the aeroplane came, Viman, and people saw Tukaram magnetically lifted up, got inside the Viman, the door closed, and the Viman went away, the aeroplane went away. This is a historical fact. In front of everybody it happened. This is historically recorded. This happened only for Tukaram. One in a million. Okay. Now that door is open to everybody. That is the reason we are talking about this. So, my dear friends, Manoj Garg is asking, Guruji, please explain life beyond discipline. Life beyond discipline is the life of intelligence. That's exactly what we are discussing, right? Life of intelligence, where you are not bound by your thought. So there is no conflict within you. Life is free flowing, Jivan Mukti, living liberation. All this is possible when you shift your PVF beyond 700. Okay. In my offline workshop in Tao, I will actually take you to 700 plus and I'll show you the miracles of PVF. Literally, everybody will see. Possible now. Not that I did not know earlier. I knew it earlier. I know it since 1993, all this knowledge. But the time was not right. See, Urdhva Retas knowledge came to me much early. But right now, because of this Mangal Ketu Yuti, the time is right where everybody can learn Urdhva Retas. Otherwise, it was only for selected few earlier, chosen ones. Okay. Few senior disciples learned that. Knowledge was always there, but it was not open to masses. Current planetary position has opened up the portal of Urdhva. Anybody can become Urdhva. Simple. Just put little efforts, stepping back from the thought mind, watching that thought or the sexual impulse with aloof attention, and your sexual energy will get converted into the spiritual energy. As simple as that. That is called Urdhva. Same way. Right now, see, why did I announce Thursday satsang? It was closed long back. Earlier, it used to happen. 25 years of my life without missing a single Thursday, we had been doing Thursday satsang. 25 years. That's the kind of a regularity and commitment that we had. Okay. Only when lots of disturbances came in the COVID and all. During the COVID also, online satsang started, freedom movement started, lots of things happened during COVID also. But Tao offline satsang stopped because people could not come there. I want to restart that, which was there for 25 years every Thursday, because very high intensity spiritual discussions can happen because the portal of Satyuga has opened up. So next Thursday, same time, we'll have the meeting. Very high intensity spiritual satsang. And all of you, now that you know me, don't worry about the title. Or I can do one more thing. Whatever title you like, you send me the message, I will put that title. Okay? For me, title does not matter. For me, everything is a chit chat. My energy is free flowing. We are chit chatting. I'm happy. You are happy. Some vibrations rub onto you. It will give you some happiness. So the clarity has to emerge. Every session has to be like that. And you can ask the questions live. More of a question answer session and high intensity satsang from next Thursday onward. Okay, this is the first in the series. See, what is the high intensity satsang? If you have the questions, okay, if you have the questions, then I will highlight you and we will have discussion and other people will watch. So right now I have highlighted Brahmprakash. Suppose Brahmprakash has a question. He'll ask me. You are all able to see me and Brahmprakash on the screen, and this screen will be recorded. So in high intensity satsang, we call it as a hot seat. So anybody who want to be on the hot seat, This is how it will look like. Right now, Brahm Prakash is there on the hot seat. So you have the question you ask me, I'll answer you. And until you are happy, or until all your questions are answered, you will be still there on the screen. That's why it's called hot seat. Okay.
Guruji, if you permit me, I will ask what about those who have lost all their questions along the way?
Okay. This is what is the hot seat looks like. And with the next Thursday, the hot seat will be open. Anybody interested in, you can join. I'll just highlight you and question answer. But high power question answer. See, you need to gain the momentum of that awareness, and the momentum of the mind has to reduce. You have to pick up my vibrations. And anybody who sits on the hot seat, this is online hot seat, okay, you will gather that new energy. Okay. The whole idea is to help more and more people to enter that new portal of Satyoga. All right. So, is there any other question? I'll check up. If there are no question, Guruji explained life beyond discipline, already explained, gratitude. All right. So, all your questions are answered, and it is the time is up. Hope all of you enjoyed this thing, the life of intelligence. Now, start living, actually living the life of intelligence. Okay. So, start with the life of discipline. Where does it start? It all starts with introspection. Start looking within. Become aware of your unawareness. That is the beginning point. Look into your patterns. If they are good patterns, no issue. If there are bad patterns, start changing. Whatever is bothering you, look deeper there. Relationship bothering you, look more deeper there. Okay. Once again, relationship satsangs once in a week, free, all free. Very intense relationship satsang, but they're separate. These Thursday satsangs are separate. So anybody, Thursday satsang open to anybody. Unknown people can also join. You can even forward my links to others, your friends. Okay, doesn't matter. But relationship satsangs are not open to everybody. They are open only to Om-Prem Sangha members and who are known to me. They should be there in my contact list. So unknown people are not allowed. So you have to join the group. And there are two groups right now. One is for the couples, one is for the individuals. If you can join as a couple, you are welcome. That's good for you. But for whatever reason you can't, then as an individual, you can join another group which is there. Both the groups will be getting the same link. You will be able to attend my relationship high power solution providing substance. Okay? There we will talk about the solution because I had been doing couple counseling for more than 20 years now. So I have understood and helped people with karmic entanglement issues which are beyond logic, difficult to understand. So life has taught me a few things, but more than that, what I learned with my own life experiences is one small thing, very small. I will share that small thing also. But the big thing that I learned was in few moments with Navtar Babaji. The transfer of Prem Bodh happened vibrationally to me. And those vibrational zip files are now opening up. Lots of things I will share with you in the relationship workshops, relationship satsangs, uh, what is known as the Prem Bodh. It's a new topic. All the knowledge came from Babaji. Lots of gratitude for all the masters. Thank you very much. See you soon.